Did you hear that The Dark Knight is going back to theaters?
Well, you look nervous.
That Timothy Chalamet is in talks to star in the new Dune adaptation? What about the first trailer to J.J. Abrams' Overlord, which may or may not be part of the Cloverfield franchise? No? We've got you covered. Welcome to the CineFiles, a weekly show where we zoom in on the most buzzworthy news Hollywood and the indie scene has to offer. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to Mojo Talks for the CineFiles Extended Cut, a weekly discussion show where we break down the week's biggest stories. Link in the description below. Number 3. J.J. Abrams' Overlord gets first trailer.
What happened here? Some questions don't have good answers.
J.J. Abrams' latest project is a period film with a twist. His upcoming movie Overlord dropped its first trailer earlier this week, showcasing a group of US paratroopers falling behind enemy lines, who eventually have to go to battle against Nazi zombies. Yes, you heard correctly, Nazi zombies. Produced by Abrams and Paramount Pictures, the movie's main plot focuses on how Nazi forces are experimenting with supernatural materials to create armies of the living dead.
They have been given a purpose.
The action horror film stars Wyatt Russell of 22 Jump Street and Black Mirror fame, and Javon Adepo of The Leftovers. Initial reports spread rumors that the film was the latest installment in the Cloverfield franchise, but in April, The Hollywood Reporter reported that Abrams denounced the claims, stating that this is not a Cloverfield movie.
I know what a traitor looks like.
Overlord is set for release November 9th. Number 2. Timothy Chalamet in talks to star in Denis Villeneuve's Dune.
We're being called for dinner.
According to Deadline Hollywood, Timothy Chalamet is in the final negotiations to star in the remake of the sci-fi epic Dune. Last tackled by the iconic David Lynch, Denis Villeneuve will be sitting in the director's chair for the latest adaptation, and the French-Canadian is keen to sign on the Call Me By Your Name star to lead his film.
Many men have tried.
They tried and failed?
They tried and died.
Chalamet would play the role of Paul Atreides, a young man who leads a war between feudal families for control of the desert planet Arrakis and its much-coveted substance, melange. Villeneuve is coming off 2 critically acclaimed films, in Arrival and Blade Runner 2049, while Chalamet starred in 2 Oscar-nominated films in 2017, the aforementioned Call Me By Your Name, for which he was nominated for Best Actor, and Greta Gerwig's Lady Bird.
I wasn't flirting.
Wish you had been.
Before we get to our final entry, here are a couple new releases.
So I'm going to kill each and every one of them. And the only disappointment is that I only get to do it once.
That looked way too real.
I think that is real.
Guys, that's what they're trading.
Trade what?
All those videos.
We have to do something, and we have to do it now.
Who's that?
Number 1. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight returning to IMAX theaters.
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
One of, if not the greatest superhero movie of all time is heading back to theaters. To celebrate its 10-year anniversary, IMAX will be releasing Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight in 70mm for a week in select venues in Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco, and Toronto starting August 24th.
We are tonight's entertainment.
A pioneer of IMAX filmmaking and a proud supporter of shooting on film, Nolan became one of the first big-budget directors to shoot scenes in the IMAX format. The movie, which was shot in both IMAX and 35mm, earned over $1 billion at the box office and popularized the use of IMAX cameras in features, with franchises like Transformers and The Hunger Games all jumping on the trend.
This is what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
The movie garnered tremendous critical acclaim and produced Heath Ledger's iconic performance as the Joker, which earned him a posthumous Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor.
See, madness, as you know, is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe to our Mojo Talks YouTube channel for the video version of the CineFiles Extended Cut.